has been found dead and a man is in a life-threatening condition in hospital after a suspected gas explosion destroyed a house and damaged 3 others in Birmingham. Neighbours clambered past flaming debris and through dust and rubble to pull an injured man from the ruins of the home in the King's Standing area. Simon Jones reports.
Shock and confusion in the aftermath of a huge explosion. A fierce fire takes hold on the residential street. A man was dragged from this burning building by neighbours and taken to hospital. Other people were injured. These pictures, released by the West Midlands Fire Service, reveal the extent of the destruction. A whole house ripped down, others badly damaged.
I was sat at home, heard a loud explosion. That was just after 8:30. Immediately went on to social media, because that's where we get a lot of information from, see if there was anything saying what it was. Found out that quite quickly that people were reporting on social media that there had been an explosion in a house. At that point I decided that as the councillor I should come down, not to be nosy, but to see what I could do to help people.
A big police cordon was soon established in the area. 6 fire engines and 3 ambulances were sent to the scene. Search and rescue dogs have been going through the debris to make sure everyone is accounted for. The police have praised residents who helped each other out in the immediate aftermath of the blast. Some have had to spend the night away from their homes. It's been too dangerous for them to return. The explosion is now under investigation. The fire service believe it was caused by a gas leak. Police are warning the disruption in the area will continue for some time to come. Simon Jones, BBC News.
Earlier, we spoke to our correspondent Phil Mackey at the scene.
The house where the explosion happened, completely destroyed. The blast came across into the street, knocked a car over. It's the white Mercedes you might just be able to pick up there, which has been damaged. It's now back upright. And at the moment, we've got fire investigators and investigators from the gas company. The police here are really manning the cordons. This is a fire investigation. And as we heard this morning, confirmation that a woman died in there last night. There was praise for the heroic efforts of neighbours who managed to pull the man out. He's the man with life-threatening injuries. He was able to tell rescuers that there was somebody else in there. Sadly, they couldn't get to her in time, and she died. And what they really need to know now is what happened. Why did this explosion cause such damage? It was about 8:30 last night. So we've had an update this morning from West Midlands Fire Service's Martin Ward-White.
We received multiple calls to this incident last night at just after 8:30, and on arrival it was clear that a gas explosion had taken place. There was one male casualty who was taken to hospital immediately with life-threatening injuries. There's no update on that casualty at this point in time. However, what we can confirm is that sadly one female has lost her life at this incident. This female was identified relatively quickly within the property that exploded. However, obviously due to the process of removing this individual and also the identification process, we've been unable to make that statement until now. Obviously that's really sad and tragic, not just for the individuals involved, not just for the local community, but especially the family and friends of the individuals who obviously have been affected by this. We continue to thank the local residents for their support and understanding. And in terms of the next steps for the fire service, police and the gas board will be to start the investigation now into what caused this explosion. We know it's gas, but what actually caused that gas explosion?
Well, that's the key thing, isn't it, really? What happened last night? 8:30, sunny evening, suddenly, boom, massive explosion, 1 person dead, 1 with life-threatening injuries. 21 people had to be evacuated. They spent the night with friends and relatives or in hotels. A couple have just been allowed back in. I think that's simply to get things that they need. They're not going to be allowed properly back into their homes until it's all secure and made safe. And that's probably the first thing they have to do in terms of the investigation, make sure that it's safe to work there before they can get in and try and work out what happened last night. There were 4 other people injured. They were treated at the scene, so no more serious injuries than that. But the people in the house, the man and the woman, were the severe casualties in this incident. We're expecting updates throughout the day, but I don't think we'll know what caused this gas explosion for some time yet.